Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of the Beginner Series. As you can see, we have a little bit of a different twist on the Beginner Series today. We have a visitor out in front of our castle. And today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how you should be working events at a beginner level, things you should be concentrating and focusing on, and then we'll also cover where I am and what I've done so far with my squad and the setup. And I'm going to talk about this little guy here in the corner. Those are the three main goals here. So that sound right there, I was told I need to stop doing, so I will do my best not to do that. I'm not even always aware when I do that, but I will try to be a little bit more aware and try to stop doing that. That was a blind sniper request, and I'm sure others are annoyed by that one as well. But anyway, where to go here? So first, we'll start with our squad here. So there's been a lot of changes. We are TR5, Throne Room 5. And just as a quick reminder, like I put out in a lot of the videos, if you guys are, I'm advertising this on Zero City and American Dad as well. And the main reason is these beginner concepts are common across all three games because they're all essentially the same game. So if you are watching those games or playing those games only and not Hustle Castle, you can still get some benefit out of watching these because I'll be giving some tips and tricks for, not really tricks, but just some tips for progressing in a way that's not so frustrating. That's kind of the goal of what the series is. So as you can see right there, my upgrades I have available for TR5 are all done. The only thing I have left to do is the throne room. So since that last video, I went ahead and upgraded everything. And if we go look through here, all of these guys are built as well. So I am maxed out on everything that I can do. And then our arsenal is here. And then for those of you that don't know, I just heard somebody recently that are tier 10 or tier 11. They didn't know they could do upgrades here. But if you go here, you can do your upgrades. And I already have these done. So me personally, what I like to do is, you click on each one of these and you have different abilities on your arsenal back here. So you can do extra damage. Sorry, I just smacked the microphone. Icy Ballista, which stuns people, or you have this one, which deals poison damage. Me personally, I like the stunning idea because it allows you to do damage and the enemies can't do anything. So I almost always pick stun on all my options here. And then once you get to the next level here, you can do this one. So here we got hit point opponents lower their damage by 4%, increases opponent's spell cooldown by 15. At this level, not many people are doing spells, so it doesn't matter too much. And here they hit the opponent and increase the damage they take by 5%. They increase the damage they take or hit the opponent and lower their damage. We're going to go increase damage. I'm going to activate that one. So right now that's maxed out as well. So we have our castle fully maxed out. If you look up top, I have my purple goo maxed out. I got my food maxed out. I got my coins maxed out. A lot of people see that as like, I got everything done. I need to go up to the next level. And if you know, you know not to do it. If you don't know, don't do it. You don't want to upgrade to the next throne room until you are ready. If you're going to make a mistake, now are when mistakes actually start to hurt. But if you're going to make a mistake, go TR5 to TR6 too early is one that you can fairly quickly and easily recoup from. So if you did that, that's fine. But all other levels on up from here, you can really get yourself in a lot of trouble and get really frustrated and end up quitting the game because you get so far behind the curve you just can't catch up. So you shouldn't be leveling up because you have nothing else to do as far as upgrading goes. If you enjoy that kind of thing and you don't care about being competitive in the arena, you don't care about being competitive in one of the fights, knock yourself out. It's your game. You can do what you want to do. But if you want to be able to compete against other players and stay, you're not necessarily going to be the best because those that play, it's just like all games. And if there's a paying option and there's going to be people that will pay. So there will be people that will have all the best of the best, and more than likely you're not going to be there unless you're going to open up your wallet and try to compete with them at that level in that game. You can still play those people, but you're not going to be the number one person in the game if you don't pay money. That's just the fact of the game. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. So anyway, back to this setup. So the goal for me is to take my TR5 squad and make them capable. So I had 3x20 when we were tier 4, and then I went to 3x30. I upgraded my barracks. Now I got 4, so I got 4x30. And actually I have this guy's at a 30, and I got another one out of 30 as well down here. So I got six by 30s right now. And as you can see, I got 2 more going. And part of the reason is something else I forgot to mention is I'm also working on upgrading my squad to full 5-star fighters. There's a little bit of a spoiler there. So as you can see here, we were somewhere around 3, I think maybe even 3. Now we're almost up to an average on 4. The only 3s we have right now are, I think, 2 or 3 different fighters. And that's the reason I'm leveling these guys up. So once these guys get to 30, I'm going to kick my level 3 fighters. And we have 1 level 5 in our castle right now. Right there. She's our only 5. If it was a guy, I just leave him in the room down here the whole time. But right now I have a 4. Only got 1 level 5 in there. So I haven't been. This game is hard for me to play because I can only do an Android only, and I only have that on the emulator, so I can't get on here all that often. So I haven't been leveling this account as quickly as I could if it was my main game I'm playing. So you guys would be much further, much quicker. Not to say you'd be past tier 5, but you can be progressing much quicker than I am. So anyway, constantly going through trying to get a full 5-star squad. We're well on our way to 4-star and above. And if you guys don't remember, you can see in previous episodes I talked about that. Or if you don't know, drop a comment and I'll respond with the details on getting 5 stars. It's real easy. Again, I don't recommend paying for them. There's no need, and it's something you can easily do before you upgrade to TR7 because there's enough downtime where you can just constantly be cycling people in, and to level up somebody from 0 to 40, especially if you have the goblin here, extremely quick, extremely easy, and doesn't take much time. I don't have that here because I'm not really playing this account too much, and as you can see, I have the resources fully maxed. There's no point in having somebody collecting stuff they can't do anything with. All right, what else? There's so many items I want to cover here. I should have outlined it a little bit before I started. So one other thing I did also was, I think before we only did this area, and as you can see, I blasted through a bunch of these, and I recommend doing that because you're getting a bunch of stuff by doing this. Food at this level is really cheap and easy. You can get it without really even trying. And you get food by completing events as well, or completing these. So going through this entire area, this one, you're getting level appropriate gear so you can continue to get stronger as you're going. And then you also, if you beat the boss at each level, you get a chance to buy something for fairly cheap to get the gear they're wearing, which is really good, which will help you go to the next level. It costs money, of course, if you're willing to do that. But if not, then you don't need it because I haven't done it. And the gear I got here, I could have bought here, is almost outdated. It probably is outdated at this point because it's just too low of a level, so it doesn't really help. So everything you buy is going to become useless as far as your strength goes, but useful as far as building other things later. So anyway, I went through and got all these. So I got equipment, things I can break down during this event, which we'll talk about in a moment, and things like that. So I did those off camera, one because it's kind of slow in these videos, and it was just going to make this whole series way too long. So I got up here. I can make some more progress. I just haven't had time to spend on it yet. So that's there. My squad set up here. So like I said, right now we are a 4 by 30. And a TR5 is a little bit different than I remember it being for a couple different reasons. I'm going to jump in the arena. We're going to do a battle, and we'll take a look at some things. But there are people that either have multiple accounts, like I have, or they've heard and they just want to stay down at this level. So there are people that are at TR5 and they've been there for a long time. They've been through a bunch of events. They got a lot of the top level gear. So my squad power is up to like 141,000 right now. There's certainly room for me to get better, and I will. 141. I don't know. I could probably get to like 170 or something. I'm not sure. But there's people like 270. So they have runes and all this kind of future down the road stuff, which is very, very important. And all the event gear. So there are people that are just staying here and they want to get to be as powerful as they can, and they want to be the strongest at TR5, and that's fine. You're not going to beat those guys. Unless you're going to stay here and grind for a while, you're not going to beat them. But you can still win over them in the arena, which we'll talk about in a moment. But and that didn't really exist before when I went through here. It is now. So there's like lifers here where they just want to be strong at TR5. You're gonna find that at TR6 even more so, because you can get better gear easier at that level. Because legendary equipment's mostly not available. As you can see, I actually have one. I got it from one of the chests, but it's level 35. I can't even use it yet because my max guys are 35. But I got that by opening one of the video chests, which is kind of cool. which you can start getting at TR6, but can't get it at TR5 yet. So, but anyway, even though there's those strong fighters out there, you can still get strong enough and compete and be useful in the arena. Up until today, I tried one arena right before I started this video. I haven't finished. We have 15 people in there. I haven't finished above that. I think maybe once I finished above that bottom line, which is 11 through 15. So almost all the times I win one or two fights and I'm down at the bottom. So since then, I've gotten, I went up to a 4 on the squad, and I've gotten a couple items from chests. I got a couple items here and there. I bought some from the arena, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and I've gotten a lot stronger. I don't think I'm fully maximized, which we'll see if we can cover some of that here today. These chests are locked. We can talk about that in a moment. So I have mostly all rare. I'm just going to quickly go over this right here. So I got a tank up here with rare equipment, plus he's got an epic amulet. I got another tank here, not quite as strong, but he's out front doing his thing. I have my archer in the back, which is big. This is a big way to go, and you want people doing damage, and this guy's got some of the top level gear that he can have. His health isn't quite up there yet because he's only got level 16, but he's quite strong. And then I ended up getting 2 epic top level damage dealing mage gear. So I have this guy working here too, and it's helpful because he's doing a lot of damage. Got not top level gear, but still. So I have room for growth. But what I find mostly at this level is people are surviving and winning because they have tank gear. So there's people that are not properly outfitted. I just fought a guy that had like 15,000 less power than me. All he had was 4 archers in the back, and they all had tank gear on, and I couldn't beat him because it took way too long, because you got to do a lot of damage, and the fighters at this level are not doing enough damage yet. So that kind of setup in the future, further down the road, is instant suicide. You can't win because there's too much damage that's coming out. But I'm finding right now I don't have enough damage to deal to compete with that. So I see almost everybody, even mages, which there are some scenarios in the future to use mages with tank armor, but that's another story. There are people just going fully tank, so that's why I have 2 tanks up front. Usually my preference is to have 1 tank up front to live as long as possible, maybe 1 mage in the middle for support of some sort, probably not damage, but some kind of support, and then 2 archers in the back just dealing the maximum amount of damage as possible. The problem was my tanks were dying fairly quickly. I did one arena before, so I'm going to go ahead and change this one right here. So Jackson, 29,000 power, not super important, but kind of important. So I'm going to see if I have enough archer gear, which I don't think I do. So his DPS, this is the main thing, his DPS is 871. So let's see what we can make for another archer. So here's our level 29. We'll see if we got anything better than that. Actually, I have some chests I can open. We'll go ahead and do that first before I go in here. 644 damage, but it's crossbow, so it's slower. Chance of stunning here. One of these guys, these are the real ones to look at, level 13. Bigger damage. We're just gonna hold off just real quick. We'll leave him just like this. We're gonna revisit our squad shortly, but I'm gonna take a sidestep and go cover the event real quick, and then we'll come back because we might get some better gear that we can use to get better. So a slight sidestep. One way to really improve your squad is when an event comes out. This is one of the big events, especially if you're willing to pay a couple bucks, where you can just get massive amounts of gear. I'm not going to spend the money on this account, but I did on my main account. Maybe we talked about this before, but I mean, there's so much good stuff that you can get by getting this golden pass. This gives you this bottom row here. Like I said, I don't remember if I covered it or not, but this top row is the stuff I get for free. So we got diamonds, we got dust. Some of this stuff is future. Like this is TR8. So that was that lock chest. So this one to a TR8 lock chest. This one to a TR8 lock chest. There's some hero stuff I think in here as well, which into a TR9 lock chest. So some of that stuff I can't use yet. That's why it's locked until you get to that new throne level, then you'll get it. But here there's an epic weapon. I think that was my damage mage weapon that I'm using right now. And this is all the free stuff. And like I said, I haven't been on this account very much. I'm not grinding it very much. If there's a brand new player going here, we'll have to get this and put this one going. You guys would be way, way, way down here because especially at TR5, it only takes 10 crowns to go to the next level. I got the 14, but I'm hardly playing. I'm hoping that I can still get through all of it and get some good gear for this account, but I'm not going to go on the bottom. But just take a quick look here on the bottom. I mean, there's arena badges, which is huge. You got right here at the beginning, you got one of these guys, which gives you a chance for the event level weapons or the event special weapons, items, whatever. Hero, there's an epic. Here's some purple goo. It doesn't really matter. More a chance to, or not a chance. You can make an orange legendary item in the future. I'd recommend saving that. Arena tickets, premium multiplier for later. This guy I'm gonna get. This I don't know what would happen. This would be interesting because what all these are, you have a chance to buy a legendary artifact that came out in the past, and you can buy it. It'd be interesting. Is that something I can get at this level? I'm not going to buy it, obviously, because I'm not getting this bottom row, but I would expect it to be extremely cheap if I had it. So would that be even available to me at TR5? That would be interesting. But yeah, I mean, look at all the stuff down at the bottom, and it's ridiculous. So a lot of good stuff. We are 1 crown short of getting this item, and this is a fairly big damage causing weapon that I want to get for my mage there in the middle. So we're going to get that one way or another before we go in and battle. And you get that by doing a variety of things. And these are the things I have not been doing. Hey, look at that. We got a reward waiting for us. There it is right there already. Oh no, never mind. That's a spell power gem that we can't use yet, so it goes locked. Quests. These are the ones I've been missing all the time. There's a video I should have watched before I came in. We would have had it. The other options are breaking down these items, which I don't have enough of, so I can't break them down yet. But we do have a bunch of chests open, so we might get them. And here we have all the free play at homes things. Okay. So let's go ahead and open the chest and see if we can get some things we can break down and get our single. Ooh. Here's a chance for some good ones. I'll hold off real quick. I want to get some quote-unquote fodder things we can easily break down, which usually come in these chests. I'm just going to blast through these fairly quickly. On my other accounts, I kind of save them because I can use other things. Like here, we're wasting all this gold, but whatever. I've been maxed out on gold for a long time, not a big deal. Really what I'm looking for is gear that I can just break down and use for something else. But if you're doing this every day, you get 10 of these, you're getting good gold that you can help to do stuff. You're getting some gear that potentially will help you get stronger. And earlier on, this was gear I was using. It was usually this last chest, not these. These are mainly just helping me for the gold to upgrade one item or area or build another area or something like that. But these are the ones you get for completing the enemies. But the next one, here we go. Not that one. These two. Oops, hey, come back here. Where'd you go? These two. These are the big ones you get. Once you complete all 10, you get these. These I've gotten some pretty big ones. You get an automatic arena ticket, and you get a chance at something really good. And I've gotten 2 that have been highly, highly helpful. So there's a lot of ways to get stronger. This being one of them. Okay, that's not going to help us get a lot stronger. A resurrection uncommon is very useful. That could be useful for you. It's not going to be useful for me, but that could be useful. Let's see what we got on this one. Not useful for me again. But again, early on, this is highly useful. Once you start fighting in the arena and getting some badges, you can get gear better than this. But at this point, a level 30, that's good uncommon gear. It's not, can't compete with rares and epics, but for uncommons, that's really good. So, and all I did is I got that just by doing the daily items there. All right, what do we got here? Food, chance for a rare item. Whatever, let's just open them, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I waste resources here. I'm not going to look at that because I know it's not going to help me immediately. Ooh, what is this? Helpful for working in the areas here, but not going to be immediately useful for me on this squad. And I'm going to go ahead and open these as well. These I will wait for some point down in the future. We'll probably use those. We'll use these for grinding the portal because you get food in here and you get gold, which is helpful. I mean, you get a chance for these as well, but you're really doing them for these items here. And I haven't been logging every day, so I haven't been getting many of those. You get those by sending items to your friends. So, all right, let's go ahead and open these up and see if we can't get something really good. If not, no biggie. I'm not going to look at anything below rare unless it's an amulet. That'll be useful, I believe. So we'll come look at that. Rare, no. Do you want to? No. Okay, so we're going to hold off on those. So that's all of those. Okay, so that's all of that. And now that gives us an option to, let's go back here to our quests. We needed to break down mage weapons. We need 10 mage weapons or armors and archers weapons and armors. So let's see if we have 10 of those that we can spare. the way I like to do that, I just, this is kind of silly, kind of my way. Let's level this guy up here. Pick our archer. Go down here, you can filter by archer, mage, or tank. So we're going to filter, first of all, by archers. Here's all of our archer gear. 4, 8, 12, 16. We got 20 items. Let's see if we have 10 here we can get rid of. And they're sorted by some level of strength. So these bottom ones we're not going to use, certainly. Break apart. This is a common. I'm not hardly ever going to use a common unless it's the very beginning. What else do we have? Here's another common. Not going to use that. Future. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little bit of a distraction. I had to take a quick break here, so don't remember exactly where I was, but I think we were breaking down equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and break down this one, and then I'm going to go check to see where we were, because I don't remember after that. So give me one quick moment. Collect all these that had the game kind of sitting here, so I'll make sure we're not getting sad. Go in here. Let me make sure we're recording again too. Looks like things are good. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So we were breaking down mages and we were breaking down archers, and we need 4 more archers. So let's go do that real quick. And we'll just do the archer, and I'll take care of the mage later after done with this video, because this video is going on quite long already, as I noticed as I put this on pause, and now I need to do some editing afterwards as well, which I usually try to avoid because it takes too much time. So I'm gonna hopefully get this video out tonight. So gonna try not to go too much longer. So now, how do we decide what's better? How do we decide what's not better? The reality is at this level, I'm never going to have more than 2 archers, so I don't need to have all of this gear. You know, we have some higher level top gear, 64 for health, doing 627 for damage, but we're already running this, so I only really need 1 more good archer gear. So we got an uncommon dealing 627 and 180 for dodge. Let's go look down here at our so this is not nearly as much damage, and really what it's about for our archers are damage. So we're getting rid of that one. All right, let's look at weapons. We won't need all 3 of these, so that's 1. We need to get rid of 3 more things. So dealing 540 damage. I'm not a big fan of crossbows, to be honest with you. That's a lower level anyway, not dealing as much. Lower level, not dealing as much, easy to get rid of. And I'm just going to pick one of these because I'm not going to use both of them. I don't like crossbows really. 543 damage, splash. So I'm just quickly looking at these numbers right here. I'm just going to break that one. The reality is I'm probably not going to use any of those, so it's not really a big deal. All right, that should give us enough to go here to finish this one. It gives us our 3 crowns, which takes us to the next level, which gives us one of the big special event related items. So if you're going to stay free to play, you get some good stuff up top. This is the first really, really good one you're going to get. And this is one of the ways of getting better and getting stronger by going through the events, getting the event related gear. If you get to higher levels, you get legendary. So at this level, we only get epic because we don't have legendaries yet, but it's still really good. So let's go ahead and outfit that, and then we'll go talk about the arena real quick. I'll do some other stuff, like I said, off camera to get continue to get more crowns, because the goal will be to get, as far as possible in this event on this account. Still got 14 days. We're 1 week in, third of the way in. I mean, on the average, I only get to 45, but I think I should be able to pick it up, because before I haven't been able to do the arena at all and get, I'd only get 1 or 2 wins. And last time I went and actually got, I could have got 5 wins, but then I fought that guy with all those archers and he kicked my butt. So really, this is where we're aiming for, to get to 64. Sorry, 65. And anything past that, fantastic, because then you get every 5 levels, you get one of these guys, which gives you a chance for all the big event-related items. I'm not going to be grinding super hard on this account, but at tier 5, that should be really easy, because all you need is 10. If you fight in the arena, if you're strong enough to win 5 times in the arena, you fight in the arena twice, you get a level. So, I mean, it's really, really easy to be growing at this level. Once you get to tier 11, like my other account, it's a lot slower and harder. So let's go ahead and outfit our damage dealer here. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm having a hard time clicking here. So his current power is 39,000. It's just a relative measurement. Like I said, that's not really the main thing. Usually you're not going to have a strong epic item. So for me, I'm not going to grow quite as much. Um, but most people aren't going to have that yet. But let's just compare what we have here. So DPS, this one is a normal attack speed. This one is a slow, very slow attack speed. So, that's a major bummer. So that means normal fires once every second, very slow fires once every 2 seconds. So these special items on here don't have as much of a chance of happening because it only goes once every 2 seconds. This one's going once every second. So, the once in a while thing happens more often. So that's something to consider. Damage per second up, what is that? 100%, 50%, sorry, bad math. So here we got a spell power on anything which your mages is good because it makes them stronger. So attacks have a 40% chance of cursing the target enemies in the area. If the cursed target has more than 25% health, it takes 80% plus 3.4, that's pretty tiny, of the spell power more damage. If the cursed target has less than 25%, it cannot be resurrected. So this weapon becomes much stronger higher up, but at this level, I think it's going to be pretty good. So let's see if we have anything else we can do to level up here. Because I was just blasting through all this level 14. Why is that? Oh, artifacts. I forgot about some artifacts. Let's go ahead and equip it. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll not cover that quite yet. I'm just going to equip this. So this is an artifact I got. This is one I talked about initially. It's not quite as important at this level as I first said because mages are not very common at this level. So really what you're doing is once in a while, it's going to prevent your mages from using their weapon abilities. Actually, weapon abilities is good. Yeah. So 45. But you're not fighting mages all that often. So the problem is it's good, but you're not going to be up against the people that, you can be productive against. But later, mages are a very important part of squad setup. So that's one of the very most important artifacts that all the top people are using in more end game-ish type thing. All right, so with that artifact and that, he's up to 45,000 power now. And we don't have any other stronger items to put on. That's going to be for a tank because it was health only. I guess I should explain why I say that. Crit, that's not going to be for a mage. We're looking for something with magic damage or spell power. So here's magic damage, not very strong. So I don't have enough of these type useful items. So here we are. Here's our tank, but let's compare. So here's that new one. We got 2,097 health, but we already have an epic one doing 3,175. So obviously we're not going to use that. And let's go to our other tank, which I was in the process of getting rid of. He has 1,200 health, now 2,000. It's a no-brainer. We're going to go ahead and do that. So it puts him up there. And this is the one we might switch over to a archer. Magic damage. Obviously, we wouldn't put it on it because it does magic damage, but we can't because it's level 35. Level 14, not doing as much damage, and nothing else worth considering. So do we want to convert this guy to an archer, since that's what we started? Let's see if we got a good archer gear. I don't think we do, so I'm just going to leave him a tank then. So real quick, look if we got a good archer gear. We got okay archer gear, just not really good. So I'm going to leave him a tank for now. So we'll go back to tank filter. We got another rare tank armor we can compare. This one has more armor, magic armor. This one has crit, which is good, but really for me, I want my tanks to live. I want them to be living as long as possible. So having armor, magic armor helps that. And here, 24% chance of reducing the damage done. So I'm not going to be getting hit quite as hard. That's also the same, but not quite as good. So I'm going to keep the armor I have on. We'll go back here to weapons. This is level 20. This one just back to the this guy here. Fast means this one's firing twice every second. So this 8% chance of dealing 90% damage. That happens 8% twice every second. And then also there's 24% chance of increasing crit. So that one could be okay, but I don't like to have this on my tank. But then again, I don't usually have two tanks either. So let's compare to an uncommon higher level one. Got higher DPS, lower dodge, 6 and 95, but we don't have this crit. This guy does a stun, which is helpful. I'm a big fan of stun, but it's on level 21. 650, this stuns are slow. Slow speed. Come on. There we go. Slow. All right. I'm just going to stop there because I don't want this video to go on too long. It's already gone on super long. I was going to try to do a quick round in the arena as well. Let's gather all these real quick. So our squad power now with the changes we made, we're up to 149,000. Significant change from before. So this is kind of how it goes. You just keep, going through and getting a little bit here, a little bit here. And the one other thing I didn't cover is in the arena store. So if you're watching videos every day, you're getting 300 free badges, not free, but watching the videos. So you have a chance for 2,100 badges every week just by watching videos. And then you get more badges by actually fighting. And these at this TR5, these become significantly more expensive as you get higher level. But at TR5, they are not significantly expensive. Only 1,500 to get a rune. So you can get a rune every week just by watching videos, not even playing. And this is a good one. So you're looking for activations for once in a while. So once in a while, we'll hire a healer. So I'm definitely going to be getting this one. At higher levels, this is not very good, but the lower levels, this is a huge one. Very, very, very useful. And again, at tier 5, it's really cheap. So everybody should be getting this one. I'm definitely going to get it, especially now that I can do a little bit better in the arena. So I'll be getting that one, so I'll give me another one. But the other ones, I think I covered this before, you can get these event-related gear. I think I bought this one already because this is pretty good too. Even though it's a crossbow, it's dealing a lot more damage. It's significantly more damage than what I was doing before, which is huge. So this is increasing damage by 15% each time. Plus, there's a chance of dealing a big amount of damage in 2 seconds as well. So very useful. So this is the way you get stronger. You basically go through every week. This refreshes. You could pay diamonds too if you want to do, but I never have done that. And then you get these. So you should be getting all these epic or rare arena items. Plus you get the event going, you get that as well. This is also very good. I might buy this as well. Upon dying, reanimates with health. So basically your tank dies and he comes back to life again. It's not very strong. It's only 31, so it's like 25% health, which isn't huge. And this is a very low number, which is a major bummer. But at the same time, you got a free reanimation without having to use your mage to reanimate. You can use your mage for something else for damage, and then he's just going to come back to life, which is good. So I will buy that if I have enough arena badges by the end of this event. Plus, you can get these as well, but kind of random. You know what you're going to get. So that is a way to get stronger. Just keep doing that. You're going to, before you know it, you're going to be up to, I don't know, probably 190, 200,000, and you're going to be a lot more competitive. So let's try to, as quickly as possible, since we've gone on so long, go ahead and jump in and do one arena here. I'm still going for food. Now that my power's up a little bit higher, I could consider doing badges since I have so many of them. You get more arena badges by using a ticket. But before I was so weak, I would just lose all the time and I had so much food, I just used food, especially once I get later. Towards the weekend. The refresh for me is on Sunday night. Once I get closer to that refresh time, and if I need more badges, I might have to, arena badges, I might have to use tickets instead. Because I'm definitely going to get that artifact. So real quick, let's just blast through here and see what we're up against. So like I said before, I always pick the 5 lowest level people and fight them. Aim to fight them, and then as things change, I might fight other people as needed. But so last time I was at 141,000 power, and the 5th from the bottom person I had to fight was 137,000. So that was the first time ever I had 5 people below me in total power. Which, like I said before, doesn't necessarily guarantee you can beat them, but it's an indication, especially at these low levels, you can. So let's see real quick. 104, we'll say 133. That's already 4 people below 133. That's 5 people already. So that means we don't have to fight anybody higher than 133. There's 135. So we got quite a few. So there's a lot of people below us. This is the first time there's been that many people below us. So now we can start using some strategies. So this first time, I'm going to look for somebody with 133,000 and lower who has a 0. So they already lost. So that's our guy right there. We're going to beat him. So this is going to give us the up to 30 power that we can get here. Or not power, points for winning. So he's got all tanks, which is interesting, and he's got an archer gear and a stun mage, very interesting. So it's a little bit slow, but we're easily getting through it here. So that was the hardest person we're going to have to go up against. We will probably pick higher ones, but so let's go real quick review the stats while we're waiting. So our main number 1 tank took 50% of the damage, did 11% damage on his own, which isn't the point of Aiden, but that was helpful. And then our other tank did 45, so our tanks took 98% of the damage, which you expect for sure. But look at this, our damage mage, usually like I said, I like to have archers in the back just doing all the damage, but we have a mage who has really good gear doing 41% of the damage. Our mage, James, did the most damage of everybody. So very, very good, very useful. Interestingly enough, when I was doing some of the other battles, I was up against a ton of people with like 270,000 power, but I haven't seen a lot of those. So I'm wondering if either they're just not in this one, or if they decided to upgrade to TR6. You know, they got new events, you got new gear out there, you can get stronger a lot quicker, so that is a good time to do it. All right, so I don't want to be at the top. I want to stay away from the top unless, unless it's absolutely necessary. So my goal, again, is to pick somebody below me, because remember, if I pick somebody above me and beat them, I can get up to 45 points, which will put me near the top. I don't want to be at the top yet. I want to be at the top at the end, not in the middle. So I want to pick one of these people below me. So hopefully one of these are the people that I can beat. So there's a 115, we can beat them. There's a 171, we probably would not be able to beat them. And there's a 104. So I'm going to take the highest one of those two. 115 or 104, either one, they're below me, they're going to stay below me. That's the main thing. Because if there's somebody I can beat and they're going to be in front of me later, I want to keep them in front of me later so I can beat them later. When I need to get the 45 points, or up to 45 points, it becomes much more handy, and it allows you to win. So interestingly enough, if you guys are playing American Dad and watching, this strategy I'm doing is just a basic. I mean, there's a couple different strategies for winning in the arena, or maximizing what you can do in the arena, and this is one of them. And for some reason, people in American Dad just don't know it. And if you just follow this basic strategy that I'm doing right here, you are going to win a lot, because people make really bad decisions. I don't think they know how the game works, so it allows you to do a whole lot better. So this time, our main tank took 100% of damage, which is, oh, sorry, wrong spot. That's the healing. 58 and 42, so our tanks took all the damage. And again, come on, there we go. Our mage did the most damage. Fantastic. I'm happy with that. So that's two fights, 2 wins. That puts us at 2 of the event-related items that we got. And again, we're at the bottom. Nobody's probably looking at us. Nobody's concerned about us because we're down here. So let's see who we got up here. 137, we can beat him, and he's in first place. And he's going to stay in first place, because if we can get a max of 30, 87, so that guy's going to stay in front of us. That's what we want. 105, probably not going to want to fight him. Who knows? 197, we don't want to fight him. 171, no. 88, this is a guy who's in front of us. We want to keep him in front of us. So if we get 30, we'll be at 87. So we can't get in front of that guy. That's what we want. So we get these last 2 rounds, you want as many people as you can beat in front of you. So that guy we can beat, but we need to get a 29 or 28 to stay behind him. So that's the goal. Have people in front of you that you can beat. So if I pick this bottom one, we are more than likely going to get 30. Which will be okay, because that'll put us at 87. We'll still be below him. So we're going to take Bjorn Goggy, which should give us 30 points. Worst case, we'll get 29. And that'll put us in really good position to move up the last 2 rounds. So the first 3 rounds, you should aim to stay fighting people below you. And that's below you as far as the physical ranking in the grid there. Not in power, not in... I need 29, there we go. That could be good. We're not looking at stats on that. Basically, in this pyramid, you want people that are ranked below you. And you can see it on the screen because it shows you right there. 30, 30, 30, 45, 45, 45. So you want to fight the people below you for the first 3 rounds. And now you want to start doing power building. So you want to fight somebody in front of you now. So hopefully if you did it right, you got people in front of you that you can beat. And you want to have 2 of them if it works out. And the stronger you get, the easier it is to have 2 people in front of you. So there's a 135. So we beat that person. We can 137. The chance of us having both of them in front of us later is not very good. So we're probably only going to be able to beat one of these people. But let's see. So if we win, we get 145. That'll be 45 plus 86, puts us at 131. That would be great if we did not get 131. What we want to do is come in underneath this guy, so then we can fight him for the last one. So our goal here is to get 42 or 41 points, because we don't want to be on top. So sometimes at this point, I might pick somebody higher powered, because I know I will lose more points, and that will put me down lower and put me below a specific person. I don't know this squad well enough to know how I'll do. Looks like we're going too fast here, so we're gonna not finish below that guy, which is a big bummer. So there, we got too many points. So that's why you'd want to pick somebody harder. But like I said, I don't want to fight somebody at my level because I don't know if I can beat them yet. If I knew that I could beat almost everybody that was at the same power I was, I would have fought him because I know I would have lost more points. Because if I came in here, look, Makey Mogi 128, and if I was at 127, I'd only be 7 points out of first place with a lot of people in front of me that I can't beat, but somebody in front of me that I can beat, which gives me a chance to get 15 extra points that they might not get, which gives me a chance for first place. So that strategy is key to have people in front of you in the last two rounds, especially the last round. So right now, we're on the outside looking in, and we're in big trouble because this guy we can't beat. This guy can't beat. This guy, girl as it looks, can't beat. So if we lost 2 more points or 3, we would have been here with a chance of 45 or at least 40. So that would have given us probably a 170. This guy can't get more than 170 because he can only get 30. So he would have been 165. So we definitely would have beaten him. And depending on what these people do, 165, he can't beat this guy. So he can only get a max of 30. 174, he might be able to beat this one. So more than likely, we'd be trying to fight this guy for first place. And now look, since the max we can get is 30, we can only get to beat this guy. But the good news is, it looks like we might get third place, which will be our first third place ever. But we have to beat this one because he took that strategy. So we need to beat somebody we can get a lot of points, and there's none of them left. So it looks like we're going to just miss getting third place, which is a big bummer. So if we had lost those 2 points and we got 127, if we got 40, we would have had first place. So we could have won if we could have lost a couple more points. So the benefit of losing would have helped us, or losing points in the 4th round. So that shows you how important paying attention to who you're fighting, how they're fighting, how strong they are, what they're doing. So that means I had a chance to win this entire tournament and beat people, 50,000 more points than me because I had a good strategy and they didn't. The good news is we're still going to do very well. This is going to be our best, even if I lose this fight here, which I was scared I was going to for a minute. Yeah, that's way too slow. Look at that 128. We tied for third. And then it goes to your basic, your total trophies. And my trophies I try to keep fairly low, so my trophies are probably lower than this guy, so I'm going to finish 4th place in this tie, which is unfortunate. So we got 4th. Major bummer. But the good news is that's the highest we've ever finished, tied for 3rd. And we got 5 wins, which gave us 5 event-related items. And we had a chance to win. So the squad power that I have right now is in the realm of having chances to be competitive. And I have room for improvement. I have ways to get stronger and get better yet. So, and on this account, and if you are on this account and you want to be strong as possible, you want to be competitive, I would recommend staying here for a while and just grind and get as many arena badges as you can. And if you can find that you can start winning, and even after you buy all this arena items and you're maxed out on the gain you can get here, you can still just start farming arena badges because these badges are highly, highly important later. So if you can easily get them now and you're having fun, just stay here and grind, get as many as possible because that's going to help you later on in the game. So, all right, I'm going to end this. This video went way too long. I do apologize, but I think we covered a lot of good ground, and hopefully it will help you make some good progress. Any questions? I was supposed to answer some things I forgot that people sent me, so if I forgot, I apologize. Post your questions in the comments of this video again. Hopefully I'll get to the next time. Anything I didn't make clear, post it in the comments. Just let me know what you guys are thinking, how it's going for you. And, one thing I forgot to cover real quick. This right here. This is awesome. I mean, if you are interested in buying and spending any money in this game, this right here is your second best offer you can get probably in the game. 5,000 diamonds for $5. Really, really, really good deal. But the good news is if you do want to buy and you want a better deal than this, don't buy it. Wait. The next deal you're going to get sometime soon after this one is $9 for 22,000 diamonds. That's the best deal you can get in the game. You get it like once every 3-ish months or so if you don't spend money. Humongous, and it's going to be extremely difficult for me not to make that purchase. So I might end up doing it, even though this is just a test account and we're probably going to stop using it after tier 6. That is just such a really, 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 really good deal that I suggest considering spending money if you have it, or saving up for it if you can get to it, because if you go here in the shop, go here, look at $99, you get 14,500 diamonds. This first time you get an extra bonus of 14,500. That's only the first time, but even if you compare it to this 28, 29,000, it's like 80-ish dollars. But it's actually worth 150 if you compare it to the deal without the bonus here. So really good deal. You get it for $10, $9.99 US. It's different in every country, but equivalent to that. That's the best deal you can get. It comes after this one, so if that's something you're interested in, don't buy this because you will get another one soon. That'll be better. So all right, that is it for this video. Again, I apologize for the break in the middle. Hopefully I get it edited together successfully. And sorry for being so long. Again, any questions, comments, leave them down below. And I will be back again sometime soon with another video. This has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will catch up with you later. See ya.